Albion confirms that the explosions seen in the skies over London were indeed an Albion drone project that was sabotaged by the DedSec insurgency. In an exclusive interview with GBB Radio 1, Albion founder and CEO Nigel Cass had this to say.
Truth is, the supposed freedom fighters of DedSec have made London less free. That drone project was meant to replace Albion boots on the ground, let the city get back to normal, but now I can't in good conscience stand my people down. That's not how I lead.
Cass went on to implore listeners to treat any suspected DedSec operatives as terrorists and to immediately report them to Albion.
I knew Cass was a snake, but that's one hell of a spin. He'll keep twisting the truth. And worse, people keep believing him.
And it's working. Sorry, that was too cheerful. Sadly, it's working. Too sad?
It's what he does. Scares the shit out of people, then swoops in and plays the hero. We've got to show them what he really is.
So that's his weakness, his image. If we shatter that, he falls apart.
Yeah, about that. A few of us have been working on something. Bagley, bring it up.
This is Claire Waters, political dissident and podcaster, reported missing after teasing a salacious upcoming episode. Sadly, it never aired, so all we have is this.
On the next episode of Buccaneer Radio, I'm chatting with someone from deep inside Nigel Cass's inner circle. He's promised me something that will expose Cass as the tyrant I know he is. This is gonna blow the roof right off White Tower. See you next week, pirates.
Nigel would have spun that interview if it was spinnable. If he went after Waters for it, that tape's a smoking gun.
We've got to have it.
Claire was known to broadcast out of Freight 1. You should begin searching there. This is an interesting bit of literature. A journalist has implicated Albion in the disappearance of his source. He claims to have video evidence. We can find this paragon of the Fifth Estate at Food Town if you feel like contributing to another black eye for Albion. Claire Waters appears to be an equal opportunity muckslinger. Albion is her target of choice, but she's railed against tech genius Sky Larson, SIRS, and Plan Kelly. Opinionated, isn't she?
Truth can be a dangerous thing. It's making her some powerful enemies. Maybe she needs a friend like DedSec to back her up.
She's been digging in Cass's shit for a while. If what she has isn't enough to squeeze his bollocks in a vice, then maybe she'll join you lot and help find something. What's good, Chief? I'm sorry for not being there IRL, but there's no way I'm coming out of my hidey hole. But I'll keep an encrypted connection open to your safe house. I was having a chat with your mate, Richard Malik. Just a former SIRS agent and a former Albion drone talking shop. Anyway, he pointed me to this audio recording. You should give it a listen. Could be something big.
Let's hear it.
And when you got a moment, give Malik a smack across the chops for me, will ya?
What the hell do you mean there's no open investigation? Are you the police or not?
We are, and I mean it exactly the way it sounds.
My friend was a journalist. She was working on a story about SIRS kidnapping people off the street, and then she goes missing. You don't find that the slightest bit suspicious?
Look, the decision not to investigate happened way over my pay grade. Do you understand? Way over.
You're fucking in on it. Jesus Christ!
I'm hanging up.
And I'm recording this.
The journalist mentioned in that call seems to have run afoul of SIRS. And seeing as they've taken 1984 less as a dire warning and more as an instruction book, she may be in trouble.
She needs our help.
Totally. Let's do it.
I've marked her last known location on your map. You should hurry, though. It was dated recently enough that SIRS might not have caught up with her yet.
In a shocking example of privacy invasion, the hacker group known as DedSec have leaked sex tapes belonging to local celebrity and MP candidate Vanessa Ahmed. Despite the video's poor quality, she can be seen engaged.
What the hell?
It appears someone has committed a sex crime against a celebrity in our name. Unless one of you did this without me knowing.
Good grief, Bagley. What sort of villain do you take me for?
I'm assuming you don't watch TV news because you're capable of passing sentences with more than 4 words. So, just so you know, Ms. Ahmed is presently at the Crozier and Cherry Tree pub in Camden, dodging awkward questions about her bottom.
Thanks, Bagley. We should have a chat with her and clear up that leaking celebrity sex tapes isn't our MO. Or people will start believing that DedSec's some kind of tabloid.
Troublemakers and their madness. I'm not gonna let my blood try to make it, I swear.
Much friendlier Germans.
Auto drive now enabled.
Well, that's all today, Buxters. Remember, it's not as bad as it seems. Honestly. I hope. Until next time. Bye-bye.
The first summer without Arctic ice cover. Not long ago, the best predictions placed it a quarter century off. Today, we are facing the possibility it will be this calendar year. Tonight, GBB will be looking into what this means for the planet.
Hello and welcome back to The Upload. In this episode, we're talking about CTOS 3.0, the city operating system that's now powering all of London. For those of you who need reminding, as if anyone does at this point, CTOS was first used in Chicago in 2014 and then San Francisco in 2017 before coming here to London. And every time
who are lucky enough not to be here in London's chaotic scenes, it's worth remembering that the telecoms tower is now owned by Bloom. The tower looms over northwest London. It's always been a communications hub, acting as part of the UK's television and communications network, although there's been some secrecy around its use, and now that Bloom owns it, it's only even more secret.
Yeah, now everything that's part of Bloom's city surveillance operation is run through the telecoms tower. And I have to say, it looks completely ridiculous. It's got that silly crown thing at the top and all the blue light.
What's that even about? What does it do? I don't see that there's any purpose to that at all.
It's a blight on the skyline, if you ask me, and it's become the main point of control for millions of people. The System Network and Bagley are both operated and streamed from there too.
And don't forget about the self-driving cars too.
I always thought they were just running on their own.
No, CTOS is the big control system behind the cars. There was a point back in the earliest days of self-driving car technology that they operated by themselves. They used to use a series of sensors to see the world around them. Radar, for instance, would look far off into the distance, while LiDAR would detect objects nearby. And while these cars still use some of this technology, Bloom CTOS and its detailed maps and data that
this isn't good.
Makes Bloom be able to take control of it. And CTOS can take control of your car if you're parked incorrectly. It's no surprise that it was made mandatory to have a self-driving car.
The system is so bad though, it's so annoying. Whenever I try to use one of the shareable self-driving cars, I always find myself stuck in traffic jams or roadblocks. Not to mention the accidents. I've had cars shunting into the back of others. I think they're worse than human drivers sometimes.
The technology was meant to make things better, but Bloom has made it so bad that it just makes London even more chaotic than it was before. I'm giving up on the cars. I'm only using the bikes, which are not self-driving at the moment, at least. And don't even get me me started on the data. Everything that Bloom sees from your movements around the city and the self-driving cars is collected and feeds back into its big information control system.
Oh, not you and Bloom and privacy again. You're a broken record.
Not as broken as our city's cars.
Claire used to broadcast from somewhere around here. That's all I've got, I'm afraid. Bloody analog technology.
If we could pick up her trail, that means someone else can. Let's find her quick and beat the bad guys to the punch.
Tasty drinks for tasty sorts, right here. Come and have a look. We can help each other out.
Yeah, it's called a sword room. You go into. Someone with talent. Right, this is Christ, this kid's shocked. Now you're joking.
Okay.
What?
All right.
I don't. What?
Oi, move.
Yeah, I'll be there.
You're not listening to me.
What's that?
You've got great taste.
Okay. Unbelievable. What am I even looking at?
Yeah, I'll be there in a sec. Cool.
we go. They got her. No matter where I end up, it's still the same story. The same shitty...
You moan all day, but perhaps investigating her murder would be a better use of our time.
Right. We'll nail those bastards to the wall. Let's see what we can find. Claire's killers didn't quite get everything. Can you scan her tablet, Bagley?
Slightly more than the usual security. Can't just barge past it. It'll take at least a polite cough and an excuse me. Give me a moment.
What do you make of all these footprints, Bagley?
Several individuals. Boots rather than shoes. One with a tread unique to a certain paramilitary supplier. I think it's from their autumn collection.
What the hell was Albion doing here? Clan Kelly graffiti. And a lot of it.
Claire did release several podcasts critical of Clan Kelly, which you'd think they'd be used to by now. They're a criminal gang. They shouldn't expect flowers and thank you notes.
Yeah, but they don't need to advertise. Something's off about this.
Tablet unlocked. Claire seems to have logged conversations on it.
Okay, you've agreed to speak on the record. You are an intelligence technician at Albion and work closely with Nigel Cass, correct, Mr.?
Just you. I can't believe I'm doing this. If they were to find out.
I know. Only have to step outside to see how Albion treats people. What do you have for us?
Proof that Nigel Cass was complicit in the bombings.
What? But that's... Here, transfer it to this... How solid is this information?
It's a recording of him talking to some...
New security, drop your weapons!
You can't do this!
Gather all her equipment and get it to the carousel. Do. Tag that wall. Then get rid of this body. She can stay here. Gang vengeance is an horrible crime, ain't it?
Fuck me. Cass sent a squad of his goons for Claire and that other bloke. That recording's gotta be the real deal. Bastard knew about the bombings.
Albion must have Claire's equipment then, along with the audio file evidence.
I bet even Nigel Cass wouldn't be able to bullshit his way through this kind of evidence. He mentioned Carousel. Must mean Carousel Plaza, the Albion propaganda library.
Sounds like as good a place as any to start looking.
Auto drive now enabled. You have reached your destination.
The stolen evidence is here somewhere. Watch out, Albion security is thicker than whoever cleaned up that crime scene. There's also a lot of them around.
You know, I'd like to see them try beyond precise.
Yes, well, let's focus on finding Claire's equipment, shall we?
Let's get to work. Easy enough.
She found Claire's equipment, including her secure storage drive, which shockingly appears not to have been tampered with, so it's still intact.
I need backup at my current location.
Dispatch. Controllers are en route to suspect. Stay down! Taking fire! Come and go!
Take the power back.
Fired! Holding drone!
I'm reloading! That's it! I need cover! Fire! Damn it!
Let's shut things down.
Can't do this. Get to cover!
Watch it! Get into cover! Taking fire! What's taking so bloody long? Closing in!
All persons on the premises must at all times carry valid identification and be prepared to present it to Albion personnel upon demand.
Well, I know you're listening. Let's talk.
We told you the Prime Minister would turn you down. Brits love to see private military contractors on foreign streets, but not their own.
He's a fool. This whole city, this whole country's collapsing. The military's held together with duct tape. police are running scared.
Someone has to save the people. Someone strong.
They do. But I've already worked it out. The ideal targets are the Towan Conference, Parliament, and King's College Hospital. I'll provide overseas tac teams for logistics, but you can source the bombs yourself. Non-negotiable. It cannot trace back to me.
You're forgetting something.
And I'll get you access to filament, as agreed. Now go away.
Now Scarper, or they'll kill you for sure.
All letters and parcels delivered to the complex may be subject to search by Albion personnel.
Has a voice that makes you want to snap his smug bollocks in a pencil case, doesn't he? And Zero Day knew just which strings to pull to get what they wanted, didn't they? Filament.
And Cass was willing to trade it for the keys to the city. Fuck. Don't know, fam. I think I always thought there was a chance for him to... Fuck!
To be the man you thought he was. Sorry, Hamish. If that man ever existed, he's gone now. We have to get this information out there.
You're right. When you lot get the chance, come to Piccadilly Circus. Been working with Bugs on something. And this proof is just the token we needed.